Welcome to the series on Python. Today we'll be looking into the datetime module. So datetime module, what is it? It is a built-in module provided by Python itself, and it contains various classes that will help us in working with date, time and time intervals. Now in Python you do not have inbuilt data types to represent date or time. You have separate classes that are included in the datetime module. There are 6 main classes in this: date, time, datetime, time delta, tz info and time zone. Let us look at each class in the datetime module now. The first class is the date class. Now this class is used to represent only date, in which is stored in the format year followed by month and then the date. And to create this object, you need to call the datetime.date constructor and pass in the year, month and the day, all of which must be integers. Otherwise you will get an error. Next is the time class. Time class is basically, as its name suggests, the class that is used to store just the time. Now the constructor for the time class is given here, where you can pass the hour, minute, second up to microsecond. tz info is the time zone information. Now here again, except for tz info, all the other parameters must be passed only an integer. Next is the datetime class. This class can be used to store information that contains both date and time. And the constructor is given here, which is a combination of both the date and the time constructor. And the same conditions hold for the values passed to the parameters here too. The next class is the time delta class. Now when you want to find the difference between two date objects or time objects or the datetime objects, the result will be stored as an object of time delta class. So here the constructor shows you can pass in the days, seconds and microseconds. The other details, such as milliseconds, minutes and hours and weeks, which you pass will be converted into days, seconds and microseconds respectively when you try to display the value. Next is the tz info class. Then this is an abstract class. It contains only the method definitions that will help you work with time zone. Next is the time zone class. Now this class is a subclass of the tz info abstract class, and it will help you to represent a given time zone using the offset specified from the UTC. That is, offset means, for example, in India the time zone which we specify is UTC plus 5:30. So the offset here is 5 hours and 30 minutes, and the constructor for the same is given here. Let us look at some practice questions now. Which of the following classes from the date-time module can be used to represent the interval between two given dates? Now here, if you want to represent the interval or say the difference between two given dates, first option is date. No, it can only be used to represent a given date in the format year, month and date. Next option is the time. Now time class, again, it can only be used to store the value of a time, that is in hours, minutes, seconds, microseconds and milliseconds. So no, time is also not the answer. Next is the date time. Now date time, as we saw, it is nothing but a combination of date and time class, so it will help you to store both date and time information. So it is also not the answer. Next is the time delta. Yes, time delta is used to store the interval or the difference between two given dates. So the answer is obviously option D. The next question, consider the following code snippet. So here we are creating a datetime object, passing in the year, month, date, hour, minute and second. So which may be used to print the number of seconds that have passed since 1st January 1970 using the date specified until the date specified in my datetime object. First option uses the timestamp method of the datetime object. Yes, this is correct, because the timestamp will return the number of seconds that have passed since 1st January 1970 until the date specified in that object. Next, option B, you're using the second method. Now you have to note there's no such method called second for a datetime class in the datetime class. So this is wrong. Next, option C, again here using a seconds method. Same applies here. There's no method called seconds in datetime object. So this is also invalid. The final option, you're creating a time delta object. Now we have already seen time delta object. To create that, the constructor only takes in the integer parameters. So D is also wrong. So the answer is option A. The next question. Which of the following code snippets can be used to print today's date and time in the given format? So you have the name of the day followed by the date, name of the month followed by the year, pipe symbol, and the time in 12-hour format. Now the first option is datetime.now.is format. Now this will not return the date in this format. It will just return the year followed by month, date, and then the hours, minutes, and seconds. So this is wrong. Option B, datetime.today.stringftime. You're passing percentage small a. Now small a will not return Thursday. It will return just THU. So B is wrong. Next option C, datetime.now.stringftime percentage capital A. So this will return the entire name of the day, Thursday, comma percentage small d. It will give the date 31. Percentage capital B, it will give the entire name of the month, August, comma percentage capital Y. This will give you the 4-digit year. Then the pipe symbol, percentage minus I. Now I will return 05, but minus I will return just 5. So this is correct. Then percentage M, which is a minutes, and percentage P will tell you whether it is AM or PM. So C is correct. Next option D, datetime.today.get format. See, you cannot you call a method upon a method. So, and again, there's no method called get format. So D is wrong. So the answer is option C. We have provided some more questions for you to try and test yourself and your understanding about the concepts that we have given in this series. Try to go through them and answer each of them. Do feel free to contact us at the given mail ID if you want to know the answers to these questions. Thank you.